For having such a failure, the aircraft is designed to 10 to the power minus 19. That means billion times that there's a possibility of having such an event. How you want to manage your life. It taught me how to prepare day in and day out, train myself. Imagine getting all the 232 souls on ground back, fine, but you're failing your tests. This book is more about very dry. When I'm saying dry, as in it's about a little bit of management lessons, etc., what it goes inside. But it is a result of an event which took place. So I will take you through that event first, and then maybe a few things of how that event unfolded and what it involved in this particular book, how that relation is happening over there. Okay, so first things first. This is the 380. Okay. This aircraft is a marvelous piece of engineering. It can fly around 480 passengers, or maybe a little bit, tad bit more. And the amount of wiring it has, it can go the circumference of the Earth twice and still have much more left to go some more. The amount of fuel is approximately 300,000 liters of fuel. And the complexity is just amazing. Okay. Now, this event which I'm going to take you through, it happened on the 4th of November 2010 on a Qantas aircraft, and this Qantas aircraft was supposed to fly from Singapore to Sydney. On board were, I don't know how many passengers. I'm not going to go in that detail, but in the cockpit there were 5 pilots. 5 pilots, the captain, the first officer, the second officer, as usual, and 2 other pilots. One was a line check pilot, and another pilot to do the line check of the line check pilot. Okay, so you can imagine the number of experience which was there inside that cockpit on that particular day. So it took off from Singapore, and half an hour into the flight, there were 2 bangs into the cockpits, right? And it was the failure of the engine. What do you think? Yeah, one of the engine, it kind of failed. Okay, what I mean to say by it failed is as in the rotor exploded and thousands of shrapnel went through the skin of the wing tank and through the fuselage. Many systems and the secondary systems failed, but the amount of experience which was there inside the cockpit and the leadership skills shown by the captain over there, they managed to bring back the aircraft down. Many things took place inside the cockpit. They were hovering around Singapore for more than 2.5 hours, trying to get through all the checklists that they had to go through line by line and do all the things over there. And when they landed on ground, the engine which caught fire shut down, but the engine next to it did not shut down. And it was continuously running. They could not shut it down, and ultimately they made a few phone calls, even to Airbus. And someone down over the line said, okay, this is what you do. If you're not able to do it, just hose it down. So by then they hosed it down and the engine shut down. Everything is over, fine. The passengers are all safe. They are all going back home and everything completely normal, okay? But it changed quite a few things. It changed how the cockpit is getting managed, how the mentality of the captain, the crew is moving around, the kind of responsibilities that are happening within each other, okay? Going back to the phone call that was made to Airbus, down the line, it was someone over there who said, yeah, okay, this is what you do to shut down that engine. They could not shut down the engine, right? For having such a failure, the aircraft is designed to 10 to the power minus 19. That means billion times in the life of the aircraft that there's a possibility of having such an event. It is called a black swan event, and coming out of such a catastrophic event is miraculous. But it's not easy just to put it on luck. Okay, right, okay, you had so many pilots over there and that's what it is. You just followed your checklist and you got the plane down. No. It is about the training which took place for the number of years before. It was not that the leadership was built on that particular day. It was what was happening before. What was happening 10 years before. What was happening 20 years before. These captains which were there inside, they had a lot to go through their trainings day in and day out. So the book basically talks about many such things. I will just say that it is how profoundly the leadership skills get accentuated when you have to show up for such kind of an event. Okay, it is all the mental calculations that you're doing. Okay, and what is happening in your mind and in your human behaviors. And this book talks about those human behaviors that you are given as tools to manage your day in and day out. Someone said, I think it was our friend Gurpreet, that common sense. The first day I joined Airbus, I was given a training, and the first thing the trainer said, look, you'll be taught about many things. Oh, this is common sense. One thing which does not exist is common sense. And it is not common. So while you think that, okay, it is common sense that you just flick some switches here and there and, get the aircraft down. No. And what interesting happened is, going back, is, you remember there were 2 more pilots in there who was doing a line check of the captain. The aircraft landed, and he just asked, okay, right, how did I do? He brought the aircraft back down, but he failed. He did not fail because of this event. He failed because of the other things which have happened inside the aircraft. So imagine getting all the 232 souls on ground back, fine, but you failing your tests. So if you get your hands on to this book, it is not available in India per se. It is available on audiobook and on Amazon.com. Get a grip of it on how you want to manage your life, how you want to prepare for a black swan event in your life. It taught me how to prepare day in and day out, train myself for such events which will happen in your life or your loved one's life. How you have to think about many aspects, many unknowns that you should be knowing, right? So this book is all about that, training your mental behavior. It is all about profoundly thinking, deliberately thinking about failures. So if you get your hands on, please read it. That's it from my side.